All right, we told you earlier that Chelsea's owner Ibrahimovic has sent a message of support to players who have suffered, of course, racial abuse online. You remember very clearly Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Reece James, Romain of West Bromwich Albion, all of them were of course, subjected to racist abuse online. Let me bring in Babatunde Ojora, who is in Paris now, to join us live to talk about this. Well, Babatunde, good to see you this morning. Well,
good morning, Ike.
Chelsea's owner Ibrahimovic has sent message of support to these players who have suffered racist abuse. What do you make of the recent incident in which United's Marcus Rashford, Anthony, of course, West Bromwich Albion's Romain, Chelsea's Reece, James, all were subjected to racist abuse?
As a black man, or let me say as a colored person, I believe the football governing body haven't done enough to curb racism in football. They've not done enough from every aspect, from every angle. Just 2 years ago, they cancelled or they annulled anti-task force racism body that was set up by FIFA. They cancelled it, and they said it's because the body had achieved the goal why they set it up, as if racism is a seasonal thing. Now coming to the Premiership and the latest racial abuse we've seen on colored players, that tells you it's like this football governing body don't really understand the effect of racially abusing someone. You know, it's dehumanizing psychologically, depression, and everything, using racial slurs to, call a player. We saw what happened in Paris Saint-Germain at Parc des Princes in the Champions League game when an official that is supposed to uphold the laws addressed Webo as that black man. So you see, when you begin to bring all these things together, I just come to a conclusion that the football governing body, they are not doing enough. In the past, we've seen their players come to a stadium with chains, with rings, and they decided that, okay, these objects are dangerous for these players, right? And we see that it's not happening anymore because they wanted to stop that. It didn't take years, it didn't take seasons for them to stop it. They put a stop on it. We've also seen a situation whereby players celebrate and pass a message and inscription. They stopped all that because why? They said it's against some people's belief. So why are we still having racism in this time? They are not just taking it serious. That's what I have to say.
All right, Babs. Well, what further measures do you think can be taken to help to curb this? You've just given an example where very quick action was taken and the problem nipped in the bud. What do you think can be done to permanently, if not permanently, at least reduce this sickening thing to barest minimum?
Why not start by sentencing people to jail time? Because let's look at it from an angle where a player that started from nowhere is now something and you dehumanize him. That's an insult. You make him feel less human. So why not start with 6 months jail time if you racially abuse someone? It's possible. Start with that. Not just fines. Even some in the past we've seen where some lenient fines and maybe ask you to pay money and you just go about as if you've done nothing. Start jail terms. Lose your license if you are a referee or a fan that has got I've forgotten the name. That you just lose your license. Lose your license, jail terms. I think that with that people will start. Okay, I think for me not to go to jail, I don't need to use this word. People will start thinking to themselves before they utter social words. So for me, that should be the way to go about it.
All right, Babatunde Ojora, live from France, Paris in France. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us this morning.
Thank you for